everybody, in my opinion, in a very, very negative way. And here, it shows here that not only are we're dealing with oil byproducts from refineries, there is a lot that goes into our water that we need to remove today. Well, today, I'm going to show you why people will invest their money in filters. If it's just drinking and cooking filters, they can spend easily up to $2,000. Now, I'm going to show you why you would rather have a $2,000 filter than a $30 small little pitcher type filter. I'm going to show you why people are doing that. Now, I'm going to pause for 1 second here. You're going to notice that most of the products, or all the products, I'm going to precondition to a higher price. All right? Because there is a lot of products that are sold for much more than ours that aren't even the quality that ours is. So you're going to hear me talk about pricing, about what it goes for. I want to prepare people for bigger numbers. Let me show you again. I'm going to restart. Joe, I'm going to show you why people will spend $2,000 on a filter for drinking and cooking. If it's a whole house filter like you see in that picture there, the big tall one, I'm going to show you why people will spend $6,000 and $7,000 on a whole house water purification system. It is one of the most amazing things that you could ever do for your family. Number one, we carry, and instead of showing it to you in the book, I'm going to show it to you right here. We carry a surgical stainless steel unit. This unit here is all stainless steel, surgical stainless steel. It will stay with you for the rest of your life. The tooling that went into making this, you can feel the weight of it. It is very, very heavy. And when you unscrew the bottom and you see that this solid 304 surgical stainless steel, the tooling, it's all one solid piece, is absolutely the highest quality that is imaginable to be in this type of equipment. It is the finest. Now, inside this cartridge, inside this unit, goes this cartridge. Now, this is the Caraco cartridge. This cartridge is the finest in the world today. Now, this here is a ceramic. In a few minutes, we're going to go show you how this works. But this ceramic, the water has to, this is brand new, that's why it's pure white. I'll guarantee you, here in Toronto or any city around the world, when you start pushing water through it, it looks like you're pushing water through cement. No bacteria can get through. I think the rating is E. coli bacteria, 99.999%. It's actually impregnated with silver, which inhibits bacterial growth. Microorganisms, Cryptosporidium, which is a parasite that comes from, when there's a lot of rains. When there's a lot of rains and the rain runs off. If you Googled on the internet right now, Milwaukee, Cryptosporidium, I don't know if you want to call it an attack or a problem. It was in the early 1990s. Where over 200,000 people got sick. And here's how it happened. It was springtime. Unusual warm weather came about and it started to rain, but the ground was still frozen. And the manure from cows in the fields ran off into the creeks and the lake. When you drink it, you get sick. It's like a 5 microns big. I'll explain what 5 microns are in a minute. Microscopic. Chlorine has no effect on crypto. It happens to every major city depending on rain and how much runoff goes into the water. If you have an immune system problem, it can kill you. You got HIV positive. If you're a cancer patient, you got an immune system problem, it'll kill you. But, and you could just Google it or go on YouTube and see the reports. If you don't, you think you have an extreme flu, because you'll have diarrhea, mild fever for 2 weeks, a week to 2 weeks. 5 microns big. E. coli bacteria is 2 microns big. If you took a human hair, the thickness of one hair, and you shrink it 50 times, microscopic, that's 2 microns. This will not allow anything through it that's bigger than 0.2 of 1 micron. 0.2 of 1 micron. That means whatever you're pushing through this, here in Toronto, just like all the cities around the world, the infrastructure, the piping underground is old, isn't it? It's dirty, it's filthy. You can't see it when you turn on the water, but I'll tell you something. You push that water through this, you'll see it. It turns brown, it turns really nasty looking. But it doesn't get to your family, because here, once you've got our unit, it pushes through this, and now it blocks all the dirt, all the filth, all microorganisms. My wife's family, my sister-in-law, they in the Philippines, in the province, they have a Jetmatic. So now, because they got a pump, their well water, should there any E. coli get in their well water, any bacteria, it's not going to affect them because it won't get through. Then as it goes through inside, it has what you call a carbon block. This is compressed carbon. It removes hundreds of chemicals. Like it says here, step 1, our unique 0.2 submicron silver impregnated ceramic, NSF certified. It will stop particles that are 500 times smaller than a strain of human hair, such as 100% cryptosporidium, Giardia cyst, 99% E. coli, and Salmonella. Step 2, it removes, just to name a few, lead, mercury, cadmium. These are heavy metals. THM, chlorine, chloroform, pesticides, insecticides, petroleum and crude oil byproducts, color, smell, etc. It is that water. When you taste that water, it will be sweet tasting. Amazingly sweet. Because you're leaving the minerals. See, one of the things I love about our water is our water is very alkaline. So we have alkaline water. We've removed microorganisms. We've removed filth and dirt. We've removed hundreds of chemicals. The water tastes like it tasted thousands of years ago when there was no pollution. It tastes sweet, it tastes fresh, and it is clean. Now, what I'd like you to do is actually, if you could bring me the glasses with some water in it and the drop. Okay, actually, all right, is this tap water?
This tap water.
Side over here, we have our filter hooked up to the tap. And so what we're going to do here, now you're going to find that the chlorinated count can vary, not just from city to city, but section of city to within the city. For example, this is what they call an O2O, which is a pool and a spa tester, chlorine and chemical tester. All right? So we're going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you're going to see that right now in this area, all right, the water in this area is, this one here is now starting to get yellow. In your area, though, it could get yellow instantly. In this area, even this here, okay, you're going to see that the water is turning yellow, and this yellow shows already signs of extreme chlorination. High chlorine. In some areas, absolutely. For example, I was working in Calgary last week. Calgary, as soon as I put the drop in, not only did it turn yellow, but it went to orange, and then it went to brown. Guam, the same thing. I was in Chicago. So many areas, Philippines, no matter where I go, some areas go way beyond yellow. What does that mean? I mean, when it goes down to brown, it's like much more chlorine than even a pool. Now you ask yourself, what is chlorine designed to do? Why do they put chlorine in the water? Does anybody know? Rob?
To kill the bacteria.
Yeah, to kill bacteria. That's the key word, kill. It kills cells. In the article that I read, that you Google, and I'm using this sheet of paper just to show you that what I would do is I would point at a spot. You'll read down a little bit further, and it says 2/3 of the exposure to chlorine is due to inhalation and absorption. So when you take a shower, that chlorine gas goes straight into your lungs. Blood comes to your lungs for oxygen. It goes straight into your bloodstream. My question is this, okay? Do you want to be a filter or have a filter remove it? See, nothing happens overnight. Everything happens over time. So if you're not filtering your water with a high quality, high-tech filter, you are filtering your water with your high-tech body. The only thing is our body, it's hard to replace pieces should we damage them. I don't want to be a filter. I don't want to be the human filter that has to remove the chemicals that have caused so much damage to so many people. I just don't want to do it. Now, this here is, as you can see, look at this. It is yellow. All right? Hopefully the video can show. It is very yellow, extremely yellow. And now we look at this, very clear. It's very clean water, our water. So we do the test. Now, one of the things that I would like to do as well, show you, is if we could get that, Ron, there's some rice over there, okay? If you want to bring the rice and a stir stick, I will show you. I want you to know that it is important that not only do you filter your water for drinking and cooking, but for washing your food. I want to show you how these chemicals go right into your food. You know, the water you're drinking is either from a well or it's from a lake. And there's a lot of contaminants that go into that lake. Now, I want to show you something here. This is rice. I'm putting some rice in this water. Now, okay, all right, I want to show you, you can see it's yellow, all right? When you're washing your food in chemical water, chlorinated water, look at this. I'm going to just pretend I'm washing my rice. Look at that. Within seconds, that rice absorbed all the chlorine. Rice is 50% water or more. It's porous. I just sucked all that chlorine right into the rice. You know what? I've seen the effects that cancer has on families. In most countries in the world, if you get hit by cancer, that means you're going to go broke because of the huge costs. Sometimes people don't have the health care to be able to handle it. Sometimes they do have the health care, but then at a certain point the health care companies don't want to pay for everything and start to bail out. But in most cases it devastates the family. You know, could you imagine being a man or a woman and you're faced with the fact that you have this big challenge? Your whole life changes. What I'm trying to say to people, to yourselves, is you know what? It is the best investment you could ever make, is to invest in water that's clean, that's pure, to feed your body the best. Not only that, I'm going to show you something here to show you why. This is our filtered water. I'm going to show you something why people should do something. I'm going to try to get my hand down here so I can get it in the water. Okay, Joe, I want you to time. Do you have a timer? Let me see a clock. 1 minute. Is that, let me see here. Okay, I want to, do we have a stopwatch? Okay, do we, clock. All right, we got a stopwatch here. I probably already, I'm going to keep my hand in here for 1 minute. Now let me ask you this. How long does usually a typical guy take a shower for? What, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, max? But then you got women, they take a shower usually much longer. I don't know, I'm going to guess at what, 10 minutes? I want to show you the effects that this has for 1 minute. Usually when I'm in a demo, I will let the people that I'm demoing to put their hand in the water like this, instead of me. I'll ask them, and bring me a glass, put your hand. The hand's got to be right in there. Okay? So now, 1 minute has gone by. Okay? Now, I'm going to take my hand out, and let me see here. Let's put the 5 drops in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can put. All right. Now, here's what you're going to see. Now, depending on where you live will depend on how much. You're going to see that that water still will eventually turn yellow. But in places like where the chlorine is very, very strong, even here, it'll be less yellow. In most cases, 50 to 80% less yellow than before. Why? Because you've absorbed so much of it into your skin. So every day when you're showering, you're absorbing it in your skin and you're breathing it into your lungs. Now, this before got very dark. Now you'll see that the yellow is much lighter. Hard to actually see. And, well, you can see it, but much, much lighter. So depending on where you live, you're going to see it. Try, put your whole hand in there and let the client see. Now, this is why when you own your own house, you need to have a whole house water purification system. This is called a WH750. That means it'll do 750,000 gallons of water. It's absolutely amazing. When you take a shower, your skin, your hair feels like silky smooth and soft, not dried out. You're not absorbed. Could you imagine? Every day you absorb that chlorine into your body. Every day you're breathing it into your bloodstream. Every day. Remember, nothing happens overnight. Everything happens over time. What I'd like to see is that the time stops right now here in your home. Not only, excuse me, does this protect you, and it removes from heavy metals to pesticides, arsenic, cadmium, chlorine, chloroform, oil byproducts, just to name a few. It has a breakthrough magnetic field technology which acts softening effect without the use of salt or electricity. Spotting is reduced, hair becomes silkier, more manageable, and your skin feels softer. Crystal clear water reduces scale on pipes and appliances. This literally protects your appliances. and your piping in your house. It's really going to help, because even chemicals are very, corrosive on your piping and the scaling and so on. So this is amazing. Your health goes up. You will feel better when you get into that shower. Just going out, the oils are still left in your skin. And everyone in your family is going to feel the difference. You'll feel it immediately. Now, should you not own a home, where you're living in an apartment or you're renting a home and you don't want to be investing in a whole house, because the whole house is the Cadillac. We have here the WH 750, which does 750,000 gallons, and we have the WH, here, let me show you, 500, which is small, okay? So that does 500,000 gallons of water. So if they have a space restriction, or they want just a little bit less, they'll get the 500. Most of the people are getting the 750. It has a backwash system to be able to throw out dirt if a lot of granular dirt got inside of it. Let's say a pipe broke out, a water main, and a lot of dirt got in it. You can backwash it and throw it out. It is the best of the best. Now, if you're living in an apartment or you're renting, this would be your next best thing. It is a stainless steel, it's got the stainless steel unit with the wand. It is a shower filter softener. It reduces the chlorine, so it really helps with the breathing. It really helps with the absorption. And it has a softener inside, so your skin gets very, very soft. The water, your hair feels, like it says here, it's a healthier, younger looking hair and skin, relief from dry skin and scalp irritations, reduces exposure to harmful contaminants, reduces consumption of soaps, conditioners, shampoos, less fading of color-treated hair, reduces scale and scum on tubs, glass shower enclosures, adjustable massaging Miracle Flow shower head, and a regenerating cartridge that lasts 2 years. The number one is the whole house filter. The number two, should you not be able to put one in your place, is the shower filter. This is an investment of a lifetime. It will change your life. That's how great this is. Now the air purifier, I like what it says here, that we breathe 17,000 times a day. Great air purifiers. We were talking earlier on whole house systems you can spend up to $6,000 to $7,000 on. Drinking and cooking and washing your food systems up to $2,000. Air purifiers, easily you can go up to $4,000. And of course, when we're talking $4,000, I shouldn't even be converting it, because there's going to be a lot of people from the Philippines that are going to be watching this. When I talk $4,000, just for easy figuring, you can multiply that by 40, and that's what it would be in pesos. I'm really close. So 40 times 4,000, that's 160,000 pesos. I'm going to show you why people will invest that kind of money. I've seen people with a whole house unit, so let's say at $6,000, 250,000 pesos. I'm going to show you why we're the most competitive company, though, in the world today. Clean air actually improves the brain's ability to function. It improves concentration, boosts learning abilities, gives a sense of happiness and improved attitude, promotes better sleep, reduces allergy flare-ups, better respiratory health. I like what it says here. The EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency in America, states that indoor air pollution can be 25 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. I don't know about you, Joe. Does anybody in your family have allergies, Joe?
Not in my home, no.
Not in your home? Well, even in mine, we do not have allergies, but my brother does. He is an extreme asthmatic. Now, when you get a great air purifier, will it cure your asthma? Well, asthma is not curable. But here's what it will cure. It will reduce the triggers, the things that trigger it off. This unit here is a 10-stage system. This 10-stage system, this is the inside here. We have, it has 2 cartridges. They come together. This one with 5, this one with 3, total of 8, and then we have 2 more stages up here. I'll show you what that cartridge looks like and or breathes like. Now, when this is going, okay? Now, look at this, all right? You see, that's where the air is being sucked in, right? See that? That's where it's sucked in. This here, this is where it's being blown up here. All right, it's coming out the top. All right? Now, what makes this amazing, I'm going to tell you, there's 8 stages inside. Here, there's the 9th stage here. It's called an ionizer. When this light is on, when that ionizing light is on, it puts out an electrical charge into the air, which freshens the room, and dust wants to stick together, because that puts out an electrical charge called negative ions, and the dust wants to stick together and fall. Now, this puts out, the first part of the cartridge here puts out a positive charge. So now, not only is the air blower inside sucking in the air, but the dust fibers want to connect with it, because positive and negative wants to connect. So it pulls it all in. Now, here is what the inside of our cartridge looks like. Number 1 here, that's inside the first cartridge. It says here stage 1. Stage 1 is a static electrical charge captures big particles such as dust and lint. Then it goes smaller. Now it's going to capture the 15 micron particles. 15 microns, you can't see those. Those are like super, super tiny. The next one catches the 10 micron. The next one, the 5 micron. All right? And then here, this is actually what they use in hospitals and laboratories, the HEPA filter. This goes way below 1 micron. It's 0.3 of 1 micron. This is amazing. Already your air is significantly lighter and easier to breathe. And so much of the dust, lint, and all the fibers and microscopic particles are removed. If you are an asthmatic or you have allergies, it's going to reduce the triggers, the things that triggers it off. The air in your house starts to feel lighter because after it's gone through that, it's got the antimicrobial here, which says here, neutralizes and destroys any possible surviving microorganisms. And then here, stage 7, high capacity activated carbon. Absorbs gases, chemicals, tobacco smoke, and cooking odors. Then, here, the last one, scientifically designed GWMX, expensive fabric woven from carbon used as a defense against germ warfare in wars including Gulf War, absorbs mustard gas, dangerous germs, toxic gases, and chemicals. Your air, once goes through this air purifier, has gone through all of that before it goes back to your family. I'm here to tell you that with this on, your air in your house is light. It's easy to breathe. My brother, who is a severe asthmatic, finds that his asthma attacks are so much less now. And should he get one, let's say he's on his way home, and he gets one from work, maybe if he gets exposed to a cat or a dog, he'll get an asthma attack. He gets triggered off very, very easily. He will go in a room and put his air purifier, maybe in his bedroom if it's at night, and the air becomes so light, he still can breathe better and get to sleep much sooner. So it is amazing. You'll feel better. You'll feel you'll just feel a better attitude. Now, after all that, your house is fresher. You're breathing better. You're thinking better. Your attitude's better. Your health is improved. Guess what? Let's say you're cooking something that's really high, real smelling. Fish. You know, one of the most strongest smelling fish that I've ever smelled cooked is toyo. Now, if you're in the Filipino community and you're like, if you know about toyo, well, if you cook toyo in a house, which is a dry fish, okay, you're cooking it. It is so strong that it'll go right into your fabric, right into your clothing. If all the windows were closed, it'll stay, the smell will stay for 2, 3, 4 days. But with this here, you press this button here that says